Hello, hello, hello. It is me, Gizario, coming at you from the HumbleCraft server. The election for HPM is all done, and it is time for me to clean up this graffiti. I also went ahead and created a little patio type thing on the back. Okay, I'll fix that in a second. On the back of the Cartarian, and I actually finally figured out something that I want to use for it, at least for a temporary purpose. We are gonna go ahead and make this area our to-do list or bucket list. I keep getting distracted with different little odds and ends, and so I figured why not put everything here to keep me focused. First we have expand the base. Then after that, we need to definitely work on our arena. I need to get back to the homestead and do the interior of our home, build the bone shop with Chief, and the gaming district in general, which we've started on that one at least, and Humble Clans building. That one's probably going to be a little further off in the distance, but this is going to get us going. It's definitely not going to limit it to just these 6 items, because that's all the signs I had makings of. But yeah, we'll add more to this as we go on. And look at that. You know what? I really love this view of spawn. It's definitely become my absolute favorite, especially at night with it all glowing. All right, I'm getting distracted. Let's go. All right, it is officially time. I know I've been saying this for a few episodes now, but I am finally today going to get started on doing some legitimate building in the base. I mean, not that I haven't been doing building. Well, the shards have been popping up themselves. I didn't do it. But yeah, we're going to do some actual building. We're going to actually knock out 2 birds with 1 stone with the arena. I'm going to need a lot of basalt, and so I figured with the base, I have, like I said the other episode, I have like a 10% basic thought for it, and that's going to be these towers with different farms or different purposes on the inside. So I figured for the first one, since I need basalt, let's go ahead and build a basalt generator in it. That's what we're going to do first. It's time for a little bit of redstone with Giz. Yeah, this is going to go great. I did do this one in a creative world. I think I can do a good job on it. But first off, it all starts with that basic basalt generator, which, yeah, I'm using obsidian. I don't know if that's necessarily needed to stop the lava from burning things around it, but I like it. I'd rather be overly cautious than underly cautious here. And let's get this one out. And I guess it is time to place the lava. Fingers crossed I did this right. And there we go. Basalt. Awesome. All right. One part down. Now we just need to build up the actual redstone machine to help make the harvester. And with this one, I'm going to do functionally a piston pusher that funnels it all into one pillar and then sends that pillar downwards. It's not the most efficient way to harvest. It's definitely not going to be AFK-able, but I just want something really kind of close, simple, easy. I guess it's not necessarily simple and easy, but you know what I mean. Not overly, well, I guess it is a little overly complicated, at least for someone like me who doesn't really fully understand redstone. I don't know. All right, I'm losing my train of thought here. Either way, now it is the legitimate time for redstone with Giz, and we're going to start off with just setting up the basic initial piston pusher. We got just a piston with a observer clock. We have one observer here. I'm going to put the other one down for now, so it's not actively going off with itself. Yeah, I had that the wrong direction, of course. All right, is that right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, and it pushed. And another one formed. Awesome. All right, so that works. As I said, I don't want this constantly going off, so that's next one's going to go down. Eventually, it's going to be on a sticky piston that will push it up into position when I'm, actually ready to use the harvester. Next, we're going to do a set of 3 pistons over here because this is going to be forming a 3x3 pillar. No, of course. Pistons are annoying. I don't know if this is just Bedrock or if it's on Java too that's like this. There you go. That's right. All right. There we go. All right, we got 3. And then we're going to do a set of 9 pushing downwards. And you know what? In my head, I thought, man, this is going to be super simple, not that hard. Until you realize that you got to functionally use like observers for this, and then it creates a a piston observer feedback. But I did do some research and was able to find some wiring, redstone wiring, to actually stop that. And so that's what we're going to do here on this side. We got the observer. I did put obsidian on the back of this one to make sure it didn't get pushed back by the push limit. And then we just need to hook up these 3 with a a repeater. Yeah, on 2 ticks on that one. And then there we go. The observer should power that obsidian, which will then power that and push all of these. So yeah, that should be the full setup here. And let's test it out. That should activate it. Yep, there you go. Awesome. All right, now we'll do functionally a similar setup on the other side to create the downwards push for the actual pillar moving downwards. I don't know. If you don't know, it's going downwards, because I don't know if I said downwards enough. All right, sorry, I'm kind of an idiot. All right, now we have obsidian, 3 obsidians here. This is also to help prevent any kind of over pushing with the push limit. We got the repeaters, once again, 2 ticks, and that should feed that, power that, and that should be, oh no, hold on, I need to put some redstone up here to actually activate these. Redstone there. Okay, that should connect it. I don't know if this is the prettiest way to connect all this. Some redstoner out there can tell me how you know what, I don't care, it worked. You know, tell me how awful it is. It worked. All right, now I got this all set up, did a little torch tower with a sticky piston, and it's going. It's moving. Nice. All right, and then all I have to do is just stand in my spot right here and harvest it up as it's being pushed down. Eventually, we'll do some kind of like hopper catching system, but next we need to actually start on the actual tower itself. All right, guys, I've been at work for a little bit, and I got the start of the tower going. I had this vision of like the builders had once built these towers, and they were trying to siphon the power of the Emberstone, and the buildings themselves just couldn't handle it. So this one in particular has been like just being ripped up out of the ground by the energy from the Emberstone itself, because this is before that they learned not to try to manipulate it, but to actually just grow naturally with the stone itself. And so yeah, I got the bottom going already, where I've kind of like texturized this ripping and it tearing apart with red glass and the red concrete, kind of trying to create a I don't know, energy waves pulsing down. I still got a lot of work to do, tons of detailing, but I like how it's coming along so far. You can hold on, let's see, get a top view. Yeah, you can see the basalt generator just kind of right there on the inside. Now I do have a lot of detailing on the inside of that as well. Yeah, this right up here on top of this Emberstone has pretty much become one of my favorite hangouts. It's a pretty good view. I can't wait for the gaming district to actually be full of games and attractions, and it'll be a really awesome view. As far as the towers go, I want to do maybe one more out in the water coming up. Definitely 1 or maybe 2 more on the land as well, like in that general area. You know what? Hold on. I have been doing a little work on the game, so let me pull out my spyglass. All right, and yeah, here we go. A quick little view of what we got going on with the arena game. Speaking of, I'm getting tired of calling it the arena game. Let me know if you guys got any awesome names for the game itself. Remember, it's going to be kind of like a capture the flag game over a pit of lava. You know, the arena itself is going to be kind of like almost like a bursting out of the ground itself. So yeah, if you got any name suggestions, drop them in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe while you're doing it. That'll be awesome. But yeah, there's still a lot of detailing to go on there. Obviously, I just started plotting it out. In fact, we'll go back here in a minute and actually show you some of the mechanics of the redstone. And a little further off is Zanjo's roller coaster she's working on. They built it by the broken ground. Okay, I had to stop everything I was doing. Chief dropped a clue in the Discord on where the oxidized one is, and it is clearly somewhere here in the Criterion. What do you mean, who's the oxidized one? What? Come on. It's the oxidized. It's the Hide the Totem game that I started in like the second or third episode. I've definitely been telling y'all about it in other episodes. I wouldn't just, say I'm going to do something and then not do it or wait forever to finally get around to doing it. That's not something that Giz would do. Clearly, if you aren't up to date on where the oxidized one has been, it's because you haven't really been watching all of my episodes or all of it. You know what? You need to go back and rewatch all my episodes, and you'll see that I definitely wasn't the one. It's on you. It's definitely on you for not watching 100% of my episodes. Yeah, sure. Well, clearly, some of you guys probably don't believe a word I'm saying and aren't even going to go watch those episodes. So I guess I'll give you guys a quick recap while I keep searching around the Criterion for the oxidized one. It started off with me hiding it at Master Jelly's base, where Chief found it a few days later. He then hid it at Beardface's, I believe, and went to Jester's base, out to the Friendly Zoologist at one point, even the Humble Castle. Hold on. There it is. Yeah, I found it. I knew it was here. Funny enough, this is actually the second time it's made it to my base. The last time, I had to go by it multiple times. They were sitting like in the water down below the black wall with the ember stone hidden behind it. And I know I checked out that wall so many times. Somehow, never saw it. But I have redeemed myself now. He is back in my custody, and it's my turn to go hide him again. So I'm going to do some noodling on where I'm going to hide him, and I'll do a better job. Oh, you know what? You guys need to do a better job of knowing, where, watching all the episodes and knowing where he's at. What are you talking about? They didn't. You didn't tell them. Hey, how you guys doing? Editor Giz here. Just give you a heads up. Past Giz is definitely trying to gaslight y'all. He's the one that failed to tell y'all about the oxidized one or remind y'all. But you can go watch those episodes if y'all want to. But for the next few clips, just a heads up, yeah, they're a little out of order. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best here. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm making up as I go. So, goodbye. All right, we are back here at the gaming district. Did hit a little bit of a mental block on our base, so I figured, why don't we jump over here and work on the minigame. Last time we had cleared out all the space, and I have started putting down a basic layout for the minigame itself, the different type of platforms, the overall shape of the arena. There will be multiple little platforms, the scoring one here in the middle, the two bases on the either sides. Then we have these defensive platforms that will be wrapping it. And then a couple of other ones, some safe ones, some that will be like trap doors that the wind burst can potentially cause it to open up and you can fall down into the lava. And some just like single block platforms. Those are kind of meant to make it a little bit easier if you go slower, but actually can trip you up if you're going too fast. Hopefully, in theory. We'll see if that's how that turns out. All of this is ultimately fluid and can be completely changed multiple times between now and the final product. But I think this is a good layout to get us going and at least start doing some test runs and see how the parkour is. Because I don't want it too easy, but I also don't want it too hard. I want anybody at any level of parkouring to feel comfortable, but still challenged. Next, we're going to work on the lava flow mechanics because I want to have an ability for people to functionally shut down some platforms, making it to where you can't just camp out there or force you to actually have to take different routes to return. So we're going to do some supply gathering and we'll be right back. It's been a minute since I've actually been down here at the Skelly farm. I need some dispensers. So figured we'll go snag some arrows, or not arrows, bow and arrows. Bows, just the bows. I don't need the arrows. Shut up, Giz. All right. And here's the Skelly farm. If you all don't remember, it is a little bit more lit up than we'd like it. Kept having some random spawn issues and got tired of trying to hunt down every spawnable location. Okay, there's the bows. All right, snag a few of these that make a handful of dispensers, and then we'll go find ourselves some lava. Thankfully, we do have a little passive lava farm here at spawn, but this won't be enough when it comes down to actually filling up the entire arena. Not looking forward to that. But for now, let's go ahead and get these lava spouts figured out. So, this is 2 times in 1 episode, some redstone with Giz. Thankfully, this one is actually pretty simple. Somehow, I'm sure somebody will tell me how I overcomplicated it. I probably did. But it's pretty simple, just a dispenser facing upwards that will eventually have some lava in it. For safety reasons, I'm not going to put it in quite yet. And then we just need to do a target block here, a target block right here. Yeah, target block right there. And then, we'll just use dirt. And then a repeater. Right? A repeater? No. Should it be a comparator? No, I'm just sending the signal. Yeah, repeater. All right, a repeater, and that's really it. That's the entire layout. Let me put down some extra dirt real quick before we test this out. I don't want lava ruining anything or killing me, because, that's definitely a Giz thing to do. But we got the lava in there now. We'll shoot it with a bow. It will eventually be wind bursts. It does work with wind bursts. I already checked that. And yeah, there you go. The lava comes out. Thankfully, it doesn't send a double pulse that automatically send it back in. So then we can shoot it again. And now it should retract back. Yep, there it goes. It's going away. And we'll go ahead and change this to, 3 ticks? Or is that 4 ticks? I don't know. Either way, we'll change that to kind of slow it down a little bit. Give enough. Oh, that's still kind of fast. Shoot, I don't know if there's any way to actually slow this down anymore. All right, well, you know what? If you think the place got hit, get moving. All right, well, it's been a few days later now, and I have actually went ahead and added a lot more of the redstone. I actually made a few tweaks to the lava dispensers to raise up the target blocks. I'm still going to have to kind of hide the lower ones, but I think they work. I mean, they do work. I don't know if it's the most efficient way, but either way, I do also have the scoring systems now, which all come down flowing into here. Right now, they're just flowing into chests, but then the signals send off that way to what will eventually, this will be an entire scoreboard. Let me do this. This basically is just forcing the clear out. Functionally have dispensers or droppers not filled with spears and tridents. I honestly probably will pull those out and do something cheaper. They just need to be non-stackables. And every single time a score happens, it feeds 1 each into the dispenser, which is enough to power the... darn it. All right, I make that every single time, except for when I'm filming, of course. Either way, so all you have to do is throw it in, because spears and tridents are going to be our flags in this game, if I can actually keep up with the trident supply. But as you can see, they... one by one, they light up. Now we're doing the other side. And boom. There's all of them lit up. But the thing that I need to work on next is creating a automatic, because I don't want you to have to come over here and actually manually click something like this every single time. But that's going to be the next thing I work on. So let me get to that, and we'll be right back. And it works. I got the scoreboard functionally done, guys. It took a little doing, but I was able to figure it out. I even connected up some bells. They're still just going to these chests. This will eventually drop down lower and go into water lines or ice lines that will feed back to the base areas to replenish the flags that don't get destroyed. But yeah, I just tapped into the lines real quick for a simple bell ring. I don't know if I want to go and try to do note blocks and chiming. Maybe that will be for version 2.0. But as you can see, I kind of just have these all set up once again, still with this system. But then I tapped into the lines, like right here, and it just goes down and sends a signal, which clears out the other side as the other one's clearing out. And I have a blue line as well. So you can see as this is filling up, you can see the lights turning on. We got 4, it's 4-0 right now, the equivalent. Then the other team is coming to a big old comeback, and they just won. And the redstone signal loops back to the beginning both ways, so it doesn't matter who wins. Both scoreboards get cleared off. And so that was cool. It was interesting. It took a little fiddling around, and I'm sure it's definitely not the cleanest redstone or the most efficient. If you know a better way, let me know. I'm always wanting to learn. It is bedrock, so redstone here is a little glitchy. Either way, this is one of the redstone components done for the minigame. Time to move on to some of the other ones, like the auto return. If I can get it set up to where we can turn off the lava spouts automatically, that will be great. Don't know how I'm going to do that yet. And also, once again, if you have any awesome name suggestions for this Capture the Flag minigame, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear them. I was about to log off for the day when I was doing some odds and ends around the base, and look what I found. Somebody stole the Emberstone. They actually came in here and dug it out, and that's what upset the soil. That's what caused these new Ember shards to spike up. Oh my gosh, we have to figure out who stole it. Otherwise, who knows what else will happen. Even though the Ember shards are totally awesome. Either way, we got Sergeant Clanks on the case. He's investigating. Maybe we'll get some Blue's Clues up on this. If you guys see or know anything, any clues that we are overlooking, drop it in the comments. Let us know. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all next time. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye. Echoes of our journey sing.